What if the greatest battle of your life is not over your money, your job, or your relationships, but over your minutes and your hours? You wake up with good intentions, yet somehow the day slips through your fingers, leaving you exhausted and spiritually empty. The question is not whether you have time for God, but whether God truly has your time. So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90:12. This prayer rises out of the wilderness, spoken by Moses as he looks at a fragile, fleeting generation. The people of God were wandering, dying, and struggling to understand the weight of their existence under the hand of an eternal God. Moses was not asking for more days, but for days filled with purpose. He was saying, in essence, that a life without divine direction is a currency spent without wisdom. When you dedicate your time to God, you are not just becoming more spiritual, you are becoming more aware of eternity's whisper over every moment of your life. We live in an age that glorifies being busy, yet Scripture calls us to be wise. Numbering your days is not an obsession with death. It is an awakening to life that is guided by God's eternal perspective. When you mark each day as a gift from the Lord, you begin to treat moments as sacred offerings, not disposable distractions. Dedicating your time to God begins with recognizing that all time already belongs to Him. He is the creator of the morning and the keeper of the night, and your existence unfolds inside His sovereign design. Every second you breathe is borrowed grace, and your only faithful response is surrender and stewardship of the time placed in your hands. This dedication is not a ritual confined to an hour on Sunday morning. It is a holy decision to place God at the center of your schedule, your planning, and your priorities. When you give God the first word in your morning and the final whisper in your evening, you are declaring that He is Lord over your life and over your time. The wilderness context of Psalm 90 reminds us that time can be lost in wandering if it is not anchored in obedience. Israel had days filled with complaining, fear, and distraction from God's promises. A dedicated life learns from that tragedy and chooses alignment with God's will before the day drifts into chaos. To dedicate your time to God is to seek His presence before you seek your phone. It is choosing prayer over panic, Scripture over scrolling, worship over worry. These choices may appear small, yet they reshape the atmosphere of your soul and invite wisdom to govern everything you do. A heart of wisdom does not come from experience alone. It comes from submission to God within time. Many have lived long lives and remained spiritually foolish, while others have lived short lives and walked in profound wisdom. The difference is found in who they allowed to define the meaning and direction of their days. When your time is dedicated to God, ordinary moments become altars. Your work turns into worship, your conversations become ministry, and your silence becomes sacred communion. You begin to live slower, deeper, and more intentionally, not because life is easy, but because it is finally ordered under heaven's authority. Moses' prayer is a mirror placed before every believer. It asks whether you are merely surviving another day or consciously giving that day back to God. The numbering of your days is a declaration that none of them belong to chance, but all of them belong to the Lord. There is a holy urgency in this verse that should awaken your spirit. Days are moving, seasons are shifting, and opportunities for obedience do not linger forever. Yet there is also great hope, because every new sunrise offers another chance to place your time in God's hands. So today, do not promise God what you cannot commit. Give Him the next hour, then the next decision, then the next breath. As you do, He will shape your fleeting days into an eternal testimony of devotion, wisdom, and love. Will you continue to let time rule you, or will you submit time to the one who created it? The wisdom you seek is waiting on the other side of surrender. And when you finally dedicate your time to God, you will discover that He has been dedicating His mercy to you all along.